Hello everyone, welcome back to sort of a cooking show from, I'd hang out with her. So I already filmed an entire intro to this, realized I hated the shirt I was wearing and that my microphone wasn't on. So we are trying this again. Hopefully this works. I'm probably still not gonna like this t-shirt, but whatever, it doesn't matter. We're not talking about fashion, we're talking about cooking. This month, I am bringing you peach upside down cake. It's peach season, it's summer. We have a DJ's coming up. If you're not familiar with DJ's, it is but like I said, I don't really know how this is gonna turn out, but I think it's gonna be great. The cake recipe that we're using is a sour cream, sort of like a white cake or like a yellow cake. And then of course, about 4 Georgia peaches, brown sugar and butter, and a springform pan. However, if you don't have a springform pan, you can use a round cake pan too. I would just line it with some parchment, which I should probably do on this, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to use a generous amount of butter on this. And also, word to the wise, I'm baking this on a baking sheet because it's fruit, it's juicy, and it's going to get everywhere. You don't want it to get on the bottom of your oven. That's gonna smell really bad every time you bake going forward. So, I'm gonna move the camera now. First, I'm gonna check and make sure this is recorded and that my microphone is on. And then we're gonna get going. First things first, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. I remembered to tell you that. Okay, let's go. Let's just see how this turns out. So what I've done is I've melted about half a stick of butter. And what I'm gonna do is literally just pour it in the bottom of the springform pan. I don't know that I necessarily want it to pool, but maybe. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna pour all that in there. Amazing. So you've got it in there. Let's get it onto the edges. All right, now what I'm gonna do, brown sugar, again, let's say this is about half a cup that we're just going to generously sprinkle with the butter. I think I probably used too much butter, if there is such a thing. But let's see that. All right, so we're just, again, gonna just generously brown sugar into that butter so that this can really, really caramelize once it bakes. Remembering that the bottom is technically the top of the cake. So I'm gonna start in the middle and just sort of fan these peaches. Okay, so that is the bottom/top of our cake. All right, now we're gonna move on and make the cake. So first things first, what we're gonna do is whisk together our dry ingredients, which are AP flour, baking powder, and salt. So we're just gonna whisk all that together, or fork it together. And we're gonna put that aside. All right, we're going to put our brown sugar, regular white sugar, and 2 eggs in here, and then we're going to whisk those together until they get kind of light and fluffy. Now whisk these up. And we're just gonna let those go until it gets kind of like light, fluffy, like how sugar does when you cream it. Okay, so we're gonna go with, this looks fine. It probably could be a little bit fluffier, but we gotta get it moving. Somebody's gotta go to work later. All right, now we're going to add in the melted and then slightly cooled butter. I would do it for the wet, maybe like a medium beat. And then once that's in, just kind of slightly turn that up. We're gonna continue adding the wet ingredients. Sour cream, yum. And I'm gonna really let everything, sour cream's a little lumpy. All right, whatever. I'm gonna let everything incorporate before I add other things in. Up next, vanilla. And then a little bit of almond extract, which I love. I'm just gonna pause that so I can give it a little bit of a scrape down, including the bottom. Make sure you really get the bottom scraped down. All right. Now on low, we're gonna add our flour, just a little bit of it at a time, making sure it really incorporates. And then we're gonna give it one more good scrape down. So get all that flour off of your paddle. And then of course, down the sides and the bottom. Just give it one more mix by hand just to make sure it's all incorporated. Great. I'm gonna turn us around and we're gonna pour it on the peaches now. Okay, now what we're going to do, obviously, just evenly distribute your cake batter over your peaches. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some peaches to this side too, because literally why not? I'll sink these down in a little bit more since I'm not planning to add a layer of sugar. Yeah, anyway, basically creme anglaise is really easy because it is just like a sauce. It's not like a set pudding necessarily. But yeah, it does thicken. It is like a thicker sauce. So let's see how this turns out too. This is half a cup of milk, half a cup of cream. I'm gonna put that over medium heat so that it doesn't cook too quickly or burn. Now we're gonna add the vanilla. Oh my God. Oh God, best thing ever. All right. Now we're taking out our giant vanilla bean pod. I probably do not need to use all of this for this small recipe. Actually, in fact, I'm just going to use half of this vanilla bean. So I'll chop this in half. Oh God. Okay, here we go. Have you ever seen anything better than this? All right, we got all those beans out of there. We're gonna put the pod and the beans in there. Whisk together. Oh God, it's so beautiful. And we want to bring this up to like a simmer. So nice and warm and a little bit bubbly. But watch it because milk can burn quickly. I just decided
we're gonna use all this vanilla bean because I don't have anything else I'm gonna use it for right now. Oh my god.
Oh, I could cry. All right, put all that in there. Fire. While that's heating up, we are going to whisk together the egg yolks and sugar. So it's 3 egg yolks, 3 tablespoons of sugar. Got them right here. This goes in here. Whisk. Then what we will be doing is adding our warm / kind of hot cream slowly into the egg yolks to temper and then putting them back on the stove. So now this is coming up to a light simmer. I'm going to take out my vanilla bean pods. Okay, simmering, so I'm going to turn the heat off. So slowly and in theory whisking the whole time, I will add this very, very slowly into my egg mixture. So we don't want to cook the eggs, right? So very slowly, whisk, whisk, whisk. All right. Now, all these vanilla beans, gosh. This goes back into our pot. Back onto like a medium to medium low heat to heat it back up, and we're just going to thicken it up a little bit more. And in the meantime, stick your vanilla beans down into your sugar. Oh boy. So yeah, I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm going to keep it stirring in the pot for just a minute longer. Off the heat. This is really kind of like a feel it situation. All right, so you can kind of see. Okay. I'm going to pour this through a strainer just to get any lumps delumped. Get all this out. Gorgeous. This is going to chill in the fridge until, our cake is done. And it'll set up a little bit more than this. Oh my God. Okay, this is cool for a few minutes. It's still quite hot on the sides, but oh, thank God. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, she's a mess. I love it. Okay. This could be a complete disaster. I'm worried it's really sticky on the bottom, but all right, we're going to take our cake stand. Again, this is kind of hot, but I'm impatient, so we're going to do a little flip. Okay. Pull up our pan. Whoop. Okay, let's move you. Shimmy this over here. Oh, okay, well. Ah! Holy shit. Okay. I did lose one peach. Oh my God, this is scalding hot. All right. Was that recording? All right, it's hot. Okay. Here we go. Ooh. Oh, okay. Let's get all that peachiness in there. Okay. Now we're going to take some of the creme anglaise, which is steadily forming a skin. I shouldn't have said skin. Anyway, give this a little drizzle. Oh my God. Maybe just a little more. Okay. All right. All right, let's give this a taste. It's going to be so hot. I don't know what I'm thinking. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God, the cake is so good. Amber, you're a genius. I gotta say, almond extract is the tiniest bit, always just elevates baked goods. Oh my God. So basically what this creme anglaise is like melted ice cream on top of a peach cake. I'm speechless. Can you hear? I'm literally speechless. I am so glad that turned out. I really was skeptical for a second. And you know what else? It doesn't need peach on the other side. It's really good with it, but it doesn't need it. It doesn't need it. Wow, that's amazing. Anyway, thank you so much. Let me try that again. I'm beside myself right now. Thank you so much for joining me on sort of a cooking show from, I hang out with her. Wow, thank you to my sister-in-law Amber I cannot talk. Thank you to my sister-in-law Amber for providing me with this beautiful sour cream cake recipe. It's a great base. I'm gonna try to get you some regular measurements, but get a kitchen scale, you need one. Take advantage of while peaches are in season. Honestly, you could make this cake with strawberries, blueberries, of course pineapple, even apples. I bet if you cook the apples down a little bit, so good. Also, creme anglaise always one. So good. All right. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you try to make a peach cake. I hope that you're loving your life and having a great summer. I will see you again next month. Goodbye.